the
This
CEO modules
conference will now
also,
be recorded.
and I am working with one of the MNC, and so I have a eight implementation knowledge along with the PPM and PS CEO along with the CPM, and so this is my basic introductions. So I hope maybe some portfolio relevant or a portfolio management relevant. You have some basic ideas, right? As Sam was saying, as I try to understand from him, correct? So we'll go what exactly this portfolio management and like on a layman terminology, what exactly the portfolio management, how the SAP portfolio management can help us. Today we're going to give the some sort of a demonstration for that, and later on we'll once we go to the course, then we'll go in detail for that. So first of all, like the portfolio management, the portfolio managed its client. Okay, the portfolio selecting a right investments. Okay, this is basically a tool. Okay, the portfolio selecting the right investment tool and the strategy. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, you are
Hello.
right.
Okay, sorry, I think I'm getting some call from Naveen, so that's the reason we
No problem.
cannot see the
To
screen.
you, can you please
Okay.
share your presentation with us?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure it is not presenting. Okay. Well, sorry for that. Now, can you able to see the screen?
Yes,
Yes,
I
Vinod.
can see.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry for that. Okay, so we are in the portfolio management. So portfolio management will give you the it can be manage their clients. Okay, by portfolio to selecting a right investments and their strategies. The main focus of the portfolio management is to balancing the minimizing risk and maximize the sorry, profits over the specific period. It can help to ensure that the client investment is not exposed to much of a risk. So there are different type of portfolios like active portfolio, passive portfolios, okay, discretionary portfolio, non-discretionary portfolio. These kind of a lot of portfolio types we have. We'll go step by step what exactly those portfolio and how it is going to help us. Okay, so main thing is like you have to align your portfolio with your strategies. The strategies can be stakeholders, or it can be the business, or it can be the individual person who try to manage this portfolio. And you're going to keep the balancing in the portfolio against the overall risk. Okay, avoid any emotions or direct to your the investment decisions. Okay, and you have to review your portfolio and update your portfolio regularly. So this is the main concern, like why we need any portfolio management. It can be SAP, it can be non-SAP, any kind of a thing. So just I'm trying to give you introduction regarding the portfolio management. So basically, it manage the risk and try to give the profitized as per the your risk assessments, and you can diversify the your assets. Correct. So just imagine like you do not have any portfolio management in your organizations, okay? And each and every time the stakeholders has to give some mail communications to the other stakeholders, and they try to get it the data, and they're going to compile it, okay? Once you're going to compile into the any manual activities, you might be putting some risk to the your portfolio or your assets. So for that reason, okay, SAP has come to the solution which is called a ePPM, Enterprise Portfolio and Project Management. Okay, so in this enterprise portfolio and project management, basically combination of a five different kind of any modules, okay, which is a portfolio and project management. Also the C projects, okay, which is also called a project management, or a PS is also the project management. Okay, then there is a called a idea management. Then there is another thing is called a CPM, commercial and project management, and there is a one tool. This is called ECP, which is a connector. Actually, if you wanted to integrate with this ePPM tool to the any other third party, it can be Primavera or it can be anything like MS Office or any MSP, these kind of projects, portfolio types of or project management tools we have. So if you wanted to integrate from that, then you can use the ECP connectors. So these are basically five different model. As per the business requirement, you can implement these models, and every model has some specific criteria. According that, you can utilize these models into the your organizations. Okay, so first we'll today we're going to see how this PPM will going to help us. Okay, portfolio and project management. So okay, so as we described, like the what is a portfolio and project management. Okay, under that we have a different types of a models. Okay, so these model basically come under the called the ePPM. Okay, earlier it is called a PLM tool. Under the PLM, like in the ECC, it is come under the PLM, which is called a XRPM. Okay, now we call this the ePPM, Enterprise Portfolio and the Project Management. So under the one tool, okay, you can integrate all these models, okay, as per the business requirement, and you can select and you can visualize the what is the reports is going on into that particular business objects. So for suppose like if you done some sort of any planning, high levels of a plannings, okay, it can be cost and revenue and along with the budgets and schedules, and that can be transferred into the any portfolio object. It can be C projects or it can be a, PS projects. So once you transfer and once you do the any real times of a execution process on those projects, okay, so you'll get the real time of a data into the one dashboard itself only. So what initially you have been planned and what exactly you are getting, along with the what is the risk assessments, like you might be derived some risk assessments. Okay, so these risk assessments basically deal with any type of any scoring models, any type of questionnaires, or it can be anything like KPIs or called a matrix. Okay, these type of tools we have. Those tools we have to integrate along with this PPM. Okay, so system will let you know what is my KPIs. Okay, what is my matrix. Okay, according the configurations, and also there is a questionnaires and the scoring models. So all this can be see under the one dashboard. Okay, so based on that you can take immediate results for that. Okay, you visualize into that what initially you have been planned, what initially you have been approved. Okay, approval process will come under the some sort of any decisions. Okay, so every organization have some decision points. Okay, based on the work you're trying to do and the work what work you have been done against those projects. Okay, so based on the decision points you can further proceed or not, that you can decide based on your each and every decision points. So all these kind of any things can be integrated into the one. Okay, and all it can be seen under the one dashboard itself only. That's the reason we called it as a immediate, means a single source of a truth under the one decision point, under sorry under the one dashboard. You can visualize what exactly these projects or initiatives or these buckets is going on. Based on that, you can take some sort of any decisions. It can be integrate, okay, integrated with the other models. Okay, and along with the your PS projects. Okay, and it it interact with the real time, whatever the real times analytics is going on. Based on that, it will give you a real time analysis for that. Okay, every time we have to use the only Fury apps, we doesn't have any T code for this ePPM tool. Every time we have to use the Fury apps, which is called a PMO, portfolio management objects, or a portfolio management office. Okay, so this we have already been discussed, like under the ePPM. we have a five different model. Okay, one is a PPM, portfolio and project management. Then we have a innovations management. Then we have a commercial and project management. Then we have a project systems, and we have a ECP connectors. Okay, this ECP connector will going to give you an extra edge to synchronize with the any third party of your project management. It can be MS projects or it can be any Primavera kind of any projects if you have. Means this kind of a tools you have. So you can integrate directly with that and you can use this project management with the portfolio management. So whatever the high level portfolio level you have been taking as some sort of an plannings, this planning can be further transferred to the your either a project management of a C projects or maybe any kind of any PS projects. And if you wanted to integrate with any third party, so then you should require this ECP. ECP is a connector, like a PI tool only it is, but they have some real-time kind of an experiences we have that we can use further. So understanding the concept of SAP PPM. So till now what we discussed, any doubt on that?
I have a
Sorry.
question.
Yeah, please.
So, is this project management tool of SAP can only handle SAP portfolio, or it can uh, do with any projects, any type of projects like client server projects, like the Java project or anything that also can be tracked in this? Or
Java projects means I'm not getting.
no? See, SAP usually it's all module based, right? STM
Correct.
and HCM
Correct.
and those
Correct.
kind of yeah. So in the dashboard probably it might say I've not seen anything, but I'm just guessing it's going to show all these different modules and how resource allocated, how the budget and everything is done for all of these. So only SAP projects are going to show in the dashboard, or any project we can include?
Any projects means I think you were saying some Java based technologies kind of a projects like that.
Yeah, because see, in any environment in our organization, there are projects that are SAP based, um, uh, work that you do. Sometimes you have other things like Oracle, Java, and your hybrids, those kind of online versions of certain things are there. There also you're allocating funds, budgeting, resource management, and that also accounts to the completion of the SAP project, right?
Correct. Correct. So that is my question. Like if these projects is managing under the SAP, then definitely yes. If not, like maybe a MS projects or a Primavera or any project management tools. Okay, any kind of a project management tools, those can be integrated with this SAP portfolio and project management with the ECP connector.
Oh, okay, okay. So even the third, even see sometimes when we are working with SAP, you work with the third party associated with SAP, right? Like credit card systems, right? Some other project implementation which involves other company that also will be part of our project budgeting and sourcing, right? So that also
Uh,
can.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt on that. That whatever the what you saying that is correct, but that is come under the one project, okay. But that is
Uh,
not a project management tool. I'm saying project management tool. For suppose like you're working with the Primavera. Under the
okay.
Primavera, maybe you're running this different type of projects,
Uh-huh.
correct? So these project management tool Primavera can be integrated directly with this ePPM
Oh, okay,
with
okay. So
the
as long
help of yeah,
as long as it is handled in some other template, say project, Microsoft project or anything, it can be connected to
anything.
this. I
Yes.
see. Okay, got it. Got it.
Okay. Because of the whatever the projects you're working, that is a called a projects, but that is not a project management tool, right? So we are saying like
Yes.
any type of any tools. It can be Primavera or MS projects or any kind of a tools you have. Okay.
Okay.
So those tools can be integrated with this ePPM.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So so understanding the concept of SAP PPM, okay. So SAP portfolio and project management will help. the align your portfolio with your corporate goals. Okay, gain the visibility in the real time of a project costings, okay, staffing, schedulings, budgetings, revenue plannings, okay, and based on that you can provide the real time results. Okay, apart from this you can go with the gate process. Gates is nothing but a phase gate process. So phase is nothing but either you can say WBS or we can say as a phase. Okay, in C projects we call this is a phase, but in PS project we called it is an a WBS. So combination of this phase plus decision points, because as we discussed earlier, like in this various stakeholders will be involved based on the your based on the your hierarchy. Okay, these stakeholders will be involved in the your decision points, okay, during your planning as well as the executions. So every time these stakeholders will take some sort of a decisions. So once he has approved, all the stakeholders got approved with that particular phase gate, okay, then you can proceed with the next phase. For suppose like there is some implementation project is going on. Okay, currently you are in the kickoff phase. So every stakeholders got approved in each and everything, high level planning was done. Now you are in the BBP phase. Okay, so BBP phase is also approved. Now you are in the realization phase. So in the realization phase, maybe you're getting the some issue. Okay, the cost may be getting shoot up, or due to the some inconsistency between the client and you, so you do not want to proceed further. So those reasons can be captured against the project risk assessments, and based on that you can take a decision to proceed the next phase or not. So that is called a stage gate process. So each and every project they might have a 4 stage gate process or 5 stage gate process or a 3 stage gate process. As per the business requirement, you can proceed the n number of a gates. Okay, so each and every gate going to link with the your projects. Okay, the projects is nothing but your phases. Okay, or you can say it is a WBSS. So in C projects we'll call it is a phase. Under the phase you might have a task, and you have a, some sort of a checklist milestone, these kind of a functionalities available in the C projects. But when you come to the PS projects, we call it the WBSS. Okay, under the WBSS, you might have a sub-level hierarchy of WBSS networks and network activities. All these projects, okay, that is called a project management, and this is a your portfolio manage. It is tightly integrated within this decision points and the gates. So each and every gate has a, some sort of a particular stakeholders. Each and every stakeholder has to approve it, then only you can proceed to the next level of gate. Okay, so according that you can assign, deploy or redeploy your plan. You can forecast. Okay, you can deploy some sort of any resources, and based on these qualifications and based on the strategies of the any of your stakeholders or a business goals or objectives. Okay, it can be managed all type of any complex scenarios. Okay, it can be anything like a capex process or a opex process or anything like customer billable projects, whatever kind of a projects you have, all type of a portfolios, all type of a projects we can integrate into this ePPM tool. According that we can manage. So this is a very high level integration. Before that, I'll come to this part, then I'll go for that. So for suppose you have a, some sort of a portfolio, okay, that is called a very high level of an object. Okay, under that you have a different sort of an buckets. Okay, buckets is a group of a initiatives or a group of a projects or maybe any single project. Okay, so here in the bucket also you can do the financial planning, schedule plannings, you can do the resource plannings, all type of a plannings you can do under the bucket level. And the further that bucket level can be transferred to the any sort of an initiatives or items. So initiatives is nothing but some sort of an ideas you have in your strategies which you wanted to develop some new strategies into the ongoing projects or maybe upcoming projects, or maybe any sort of an R&D activities, or maybe something like you wanted to introduce a new product into the market. Okay, before that you have to do the lot of study for that. It can be reflect to the environmental studies, it can be reflect to the technical studies, it can be linked to the your financial studies. So these type of any studies we have to conduct all. That can be a single project or a multiple projects. Okay. After that, once that every stakeholder got approved, okay, that can be further converted as any operational projects. So that can be any C projects or a PS projects. So if you do not have those kind of any scenarios like any kind of any initiatives or an idea management, directly you can jump to the portfolio item, which is called the last level of the any of the your bucket strategies. Under this also you can do the all type of any plannings, your commercial planning, technical plannings. Okay, under that all the your resources plannings, your schedule planning, your budget planning, revenue planning, cost plannings. You can do the forecastings. Okay, once everything is got approved, or maybe in that some decision points got approved, then you can convert this item into the real time of any operational projects. It can be C projects, it can be anything like a PS projects. Okay, so whatever you have convert for, suppose you have been converted into the PS projects. Okay, further that can be integrated directly with the MS projects, or these MS projects you can also integrate with this portfolio item. Nowadays that ECP connector is giving an opportunity, like directly you can integrate this third party into the item level itself only. No need to do the any conversion mechanism with the C projects or a PS projects. So these kind of functionalities right now we have. Okay, in 2022 server or onwards. So if required, then directly also we can integrate.
Yes, a quick question, please.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, let's say like we have a portfolio initiative. Is there a way to to assign a budget on at that level? Let's say a yearly
Yeah,
budget, for example. Is there a way? Okay, okay,
we can do the financial planning like cost, budget, revenue plannings under this portfolio initiative levels also. And if you want to do them from forecasting, that is also possible. After that, you can convert into the any operational projects.
and those portfolio are like a statistic data, or maybe each year we need to do the same thing because the budget may change each year. Or we keep the same structure, or maybe we need to create a new structure when we have to change the budget or something like that.
I don't think so. There will be the changes every time for the budget structural part. I'm not sure for that. Is it directly you're doing into the portfolio level, or anything like integration with the any analytical tool like SAP SAC we have? From that also you
Okay,
can do the some changes. So SAC is
okay,
another model. From that you can do the some hierarchical changes. But initiative levels, whatever the financial planning you try to do, okay. So if you give
okay.
me some examples so that I can let you know. But as per my knowledge, sorry, there is a no changes in the hierarchy as per my knowledge.
Yes, maybe one simple example is that let's say I have a bucket, we call that bucket, right? I have a bucket that maybe
Yeah.
represent an entity, and entity do have a budget for a given fiscal year, right?
Okay.
And then the year after, they will change the budget is not the same. They have to maybe to change the budget that may be
Means
assigned to a
you're saying
different project,
supplementing the budget.
or maybe could be like a supplement. Maybe in that case, maybe to okay, maybe when
Okay.
we will go by in the practice, maybe we may maybe find out easily with my question. Maybe
Yeah, the supplement of budget you can do at any time. Yeah, so I know I'm thinking like there is a hierarchy structural part you're saying, right?
yes, I'm talking. Yes, then we have a sort of hierarchy structure, and then yes,
Ah.
we can add maybe a budget for a yearly budget, for example, and then
Okay, no, no.
and
See, in the portfolio level, we can maintain some sort of hierarchy level. Let me give you an example. For suppose like there is a project is ongoing project is going on, maybe any further level projects, which is the initiatives. Okay, under that
yes,
maybe labors you are giving us some budget. Okay, for
yes.
transportation maybe you're giving us some budget. For anything like a procurement, okay, you're giving some budget. So you
Yes.
mean to say that is a hierarchical part, or overall you're saying?
Let's say those budget maybe as an initiative level will maybe correspond for on the item that we have, right? For the operating
Correct,
project that we may have, right?
correct.
Uh, it's just that I'm saying that because it's some we need to set a budget at a level that we can consume step by step, so we will not maybe consume and because we did something in the investment management. I just want to find out if we may have the same functionality here in PPM.
No, no,
Let,
we can, if you want, you can do on a simple budgeting and you can do the supplement on that, or else you can do the hierarchy levels also, okay,
okay,
which is called the financial views, okay. In the financial views, you can give the like labor, you have a different plannings, okay. For
okay,
services, you might have a different plannings. For transportation, you might have some different planning. For licensing, you have different plannings. Means I'm saying a budget onwards. So like that also you can derive your structure, and according the same structure can be transport to the your PS projects.
okay, then,
Whatever
okay,
you try to do with respect to the GL, you can transport into the any of the your C projects or a PS projects. So
okay,
those
then,
kind of
good,
structurals also we have.
okay, good enough, then, good enough.
Okay, any doubt further on this?
See, I see you are saying that say MS project can be integrated to ePPM. So is that one-time integration or you can continuously integrate as the project can be maintained in MS project by some manager, and so this can be fed on a regular basis to this module?
I mean synchronization, the data you say.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that is what through ECP connectors we can
Okay,
synchronize. Earlier they are the open PS objects, but right
okay,
now whatever the third party integration you require, okay, we can do with the ECP connectors. It can be a
okay,
CPQ. There is a Salesforce CPQ we have in the third party. So
okay.
CPQ
So,
is also a portfolio and another with the project management. So through ECP we have done the integration for that. So a client is very much familiar with the ECP. Okay, sorry, CPQ. From the CPQ we done the integrations.
so on a regular basis, it can integrate also, right?
Yeah, you can integrate. Also, the Workday is a HR tool. Okay, from that
Yes.
also we have integrated.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So only you require this connector. Once the connector is available, then we can use those objects. It is nothing like a PI tool only somehow, but it is bit advanced.
Okay. And so, as part of this training, we will learn all those project management, whatever that you are showing in the chart, right?
I
It all
can
three.
show you I can show you C projects and will as well as PS projects. I don't have any connectors right now. And these MS projects are a Primavera in sort of a different tools. So so we have to integrate means we have to install those into that. Then only we can able to integrate.
Okay. So, as part of this training, say some you will also cover the cost elements, budgeting, those kind of concepts. You
That is yeah, that is all we try to give it on a practical basis. How the
okay?
budgetings you going to do and how you going to transfer into the PS projects.
Okay. When you say
That
PS
is we
project, you're saying PS project, right? What do you mean PS project systems?
project systems.
Okay.
PS is also a project management tool.
Right.
Okay, so mostly the nowadays PS projects only they try to use instead of a C projects. C projects has some advantage and some disadvantages, which I'm going to tell you what exactly on that. So mostly 90% the people try to use the PS projects only.
Okay. C project means, can you spell it out? Is it just C or C?
It is a collaborative. It is actually this
Oh,
SAP ePPM. It is not
okay.
completely owned by the SAP.
Okay.
Okay, so initially when they have taken from the some Israel-based company, okay, so They try to manage all those things, and 60-70% stakeholder in the SAP itself only. The rest maybe 30-40% from that. So for that, the C project has came automatically.
Collaborative.
Initially in the yeah, collaborative. Initially in the ECC, okay, that is called XRPM. So in that there's a two different kind of a module like a portfolio and as well as the C projects, and do both have a different licenses for that. But when you come to the S4HANA, we
Uh-huh.
have only the one called an ePPM. Under that, all these module will come. But for portfolio management and the CPM project managements, you have to pay the extra licenses.
I see. And so there are SAP S4HANA modules and on-premise modules. Both can
Yeah.
be handled by this SAP ePPM.
ePPM, yes.
Oh, okay. It need not be only HANA projects. It can be non-HANA on-premise version also. It can integrate with this project management tool.
On premises, like is it a S4HANA and ECC?
ECC,
So it might be you going to implement two different server or a single server.
different server. Say HCM always resides in a separate server. Uh,
Okay. So if it is a different server, then you have to give the RFC connections for that. Based
oh,
on the RFC connections, uh, these two servers can be talk to each other, synchronizing the data.
oh, okay, okay. And if it's on-premise on HANA, then it can
On
integrate
this, then
easily.
there is a no not required any RFC connections. It is
No
by
RFC.
default everything will be managed by the SAP S4HANA itself. Only.
Yes. Oh, I see. Okay.
No need to maintain any RFCs.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you.
So this is a very high level structural part which I'm trying to give the one example. Okay, maybe some sort of in a real estate. Okay, so portfolio is like any XYZ name, and under that you might have a different portfolio structure. Okay, under that you have a real estate. So real estate, maybe you have a different buckets, maybe a commercial, another one is a residential. So under the residential, again you have a different thing like villas and apartments. Okay, so every villas it is considered as a one bucket, and the apartments it is considered as in a bucket. For suppose you are implementing this villas and apartment into the some specific location or some specific area, okay, whatever the countries you might be working on that, okay, and the same kind of a concept might be you wanted to implement into the any other locations, sorry, any other locations or maybe any other countries. Okay, for that SAP has given you another called a classification hierarchy. So in this also all the risk assessments you try to do. Okay, and that structure you're going to integrate with this apartment or a villa of these buckets or maybe initiatives or maybe item. So based on that, system will give you the inputs like, okay, you wanted to proceed these projects into that particular location or not. Because based on the your environmental studies, based on your technical studies, based on the your commercial aspects, everything will be considered into that, and based on the risk assessments, it will give you that score whether you wanted to proceed or not. So these kind of a functionality is also available in the ePPM, which is called a classification hierarchy. So under the classification hierarchy also you can put all your bucket structure part, okay, and the initiatives or maybe items. Okay, under that also if you wanted to integrate with any C projects or a PS projects, that is also possible. Based on that planning, you can integrate with these buckets or a initiative of the main projects. So that you will get the some better exposure, and you can do the better risk assessments. Okay, so under the each and every initiatives or might be the items, you try to do the first feasibility studies. It can be commercial aspects, it can be any financial aspects. Once every stakeholder has got approved, okay, everything, then that is items or initiatives further can be converted as a any operational projects. So that's what, like, it can be C projects or maybe a PS projects. So each and everything will be managed by the stage gate process. Okay, so under the stage or a phase or maybe WBS is tightly integrated with the your ePPM structure. Okay, or if you maybe have any CPM projects also, that is also we can integrate. Or if you have anything like a third party like any MS projects or a Primavera or a CPQ kind of a projects, that is also you can integrate. And according that you can manage your portfolio. So based on the risk assessment, based on the every time of a reviews, based on your scoring models, you can take the better decisions for these kind of projects. Okay, so component of this ePPM or a PPM, basically we have a decision points. Okay, then we have a initiatives or a items, then we have a portfolio bucket or a bucket structures, then we have a questionnaires and the scoring models. So each and every organizations based on the stakeholders, each and every stakeholders will give you some sort of questions. Based on that the system will automatically derive the some sort of scorings based on the commercial aspects, based on the financial aspects. Apart from that we have a KPIs in the matrix also. According based on that also you can take the some sort of decisions. So these can be merged into the reviews. Okay, so every quarterly or half yearly you can take the some sort of reviews. Apart from this we called a what if analysis. For suppose like we both are working into the same projects. Okay, my view might be a different, your view may be a different. I'm working on the same project but my view may be a different, your view may be a different. So I'll do the some sort of plannings, and you also do the some sort of plannings, and you represent both, we can represent into the stakeholders. So according that whichever planning is suitable, according that the the client or the stakeholders give the approval process to proceed the next. So that is come under the what if analysis. So this depend on the your questionnaire scoring models, your KPIs, along with the whatever the financial plannings you try to do under that initiatives or anything like items. So this review analysis, okay, can be done under the initiatives or items only. We cannot do under the bucket level, because bucket is a one like it is a group of projects. It can be initiatives or any single projects. So that's the reason we cannot do the any what if analysis. We can do the reviews, but what if analysis purely we can do under the initiatives or item level only. Apart from this, every decisions or that portfolio object, it can be initiatives or items. We have a document managements. Okay, so directly you can upload some sort of documents as per the business requirement. Okay, further it can be integrated with the DMS also. But if it is a small kind of projects or maybe very few MBs or kind of files you have, so directly you can also upload against the documents. If it is a large, then I would suggest like you can go with the DMS integrations for that. And this is also based on the some sort of roles. And ACLs we have a, so ACLs is a nothing like access control list. So if you are an admin, okay, you can give the some authorizations to your subholders. Okay, it can be read mode, it can be a write mode, or it can be only hide mode, or it can be complete administrative. So according that system can decide and it will give the authorizations. So this has come under the access control list. For the each and every decision points you have an access. Also the complete projects also you can have some ACLs for that. So this is a component of your PPM. So as I said, like there is a roles. So basically, as per the standard SAP, we have a five different roles. Okay, one is a portfolio administrator. His job is to create a portfolio. He has to manage the structural part. Okay, he has to define the scope of that portfolio. Okay, portfolio means maybe the buckets also is come under that portfolio administrator only. After that he'll going to create some resource pool. Okay, based on the qualifications, based on the requirement, he try to give some sort of a resource information to the resource managers. So resource manager is a person like he has to manage as per the business requirement or that particular object. It can be projects, it can be portfolio, whatever the administrator has given a direction. According that, he has to manage those resources and he has to assign into the those projects. Once he done this part, okay, then we have a different roles called a portfolio manager and the item manager. So portfolio manager is to monitor these dashboards. You can create some sort of dashboards under that. Okay, analyze the portfolio, implement some sort of strategies as per the business objectives and goal. You can create some sort of reviews. Okay, you can create a portfolio items also. So once you created this portfolio items, now the role is shifted to the item manager. So item manager, he has to monitor the portfolio item. Okay, he'll going to create or add some portfolios under that. Okay, item, it can be anything like documents or any hierarchical structural part. Okay, or it can be any decisions or review points. It can be documents, or it can be any classification hierarchy if they wanted to put into that. He can manage the all the questionnaires and the scoring models. So these kind of things will be managed by the item manager. And the resource manager, as per the resource pool, he has to manage those resources, and he will give those resources under the item manager or a portfolio administrator. So according that, you can manage those resources. And these resources planning, whatever you try to do, schedulings and your cost plannings, your financial plannings like resource, your revenue plannings, and your budget planning, cost plannings, all these kind of a planning further into transfer into the PS objects. Or through PS also you can do the your financial plannings, and those plannings also can be import into this PPM item manager or initiatives. Or it can be any third party like C projects, or maybe CPQ, or maybe any MS projects. That is also we can integrate, and we can synchronize the data into this item managers. Okay, these are the different type of a role. Along with, there is a fifth role which is called a users. Like he has to manage all the business day-to-day transactions. He has to review all those things. So he is nothing but like a kind of an end user. So those kind of an basically these five roles is available. As per the business requirement, you can enhance these roles. All these roles is applicable into the standard SAP. Okay, so this is a general like bucket information. You provided some descriptions, you provided some external IDs, or if you wanted to generate automatically the IDs, these IDs can be maintained automatically also. If you wanted to give some external IDs, that is also you can provide. You can give the statuses, whether this status is active or inactive, that kind of an status also you can give. Later on, you can convert the status into in reviews or these kind of things we have. Okay, then who is the parent object of that particular bucket? It can be a direct portfolio, it can be any sub level of the bucket. Like I have just given you one example. Under the villas, they might be have some different type of buckets. Okay, so those kind of information you can provide. And then you can do the financial plannings, like you can do the cost plannings, budget plannings, your revenue plannings, your capacity plannings. Okay, and you can maintain some administrative data. Okay, then you can do the some reviews on that, and you can assign the any sort of items or initiatives under the bucket. Okay, then you can provide some authorization as we discussed those authorization points along with the ACLs. Okay, you can provide on that, and you can give some sort of any comments for that. Okay, so each and every object, they might have some field services. Okay, which you wanted to hide, which you wanted to gray out. Once you save it, okay, this external ID do not wanted to change somebody. So those kind of any field service configurations we have. So according the business requirement, we can implement those field service configurations. Okay, sorry. So in this, basically, we try to do the financial planning in the capacity plannings. Okay, so let me show you. So this is the one sort of any financial plannings. Okay, as you can see, there is a cost plan, there is a revenue plans, there is a budget plans, there is a forecast plans with respect to the hierarchy. Okay, along with whatever the actuals I am getting from PS or maybe C projects. Okay, or any financial models. Okay, it can be a CO or a PM or any PP models. That is also we can integrate into this our financial planning. Okay, based on the monthly basis or yearly basis or a quarterly basis or a 5 year span or 3 year span, as per your business requirement you can configure it. So you can see the planning along with the whatever the actuals you are getting under this dashboard. Okay, and these whatever the financial planning along with the actuals you're getting into the these dashboards. Okay, based on that your risk assessments or a scoring model will going to change. Based on that you can take the further decisions. Okay, so that's the reason. Sorry. Okay, there are some factors. Okay, in these factors is influencing this financial planning and the capacity plannings. Okay, so vice versa you can do either the planning can be done into the portfolio item level or initiative levels, and that can be transferred into the any PS or a C projects, or from C projects or a PS projects you do the financial plannings, and that can be automatically transferred into the your financial and capacity plannings. Okay, if you wanted to integrate with any third party, then that is with respect to the ECP connector you can do. And these financial plannings, okay, SAP has given you some Excel upload format also. Directly you can upload the Excels based on the your financial views. So these are the some called financial views. Okay, so financial views is nothing but, for suppose I say planning. Under the planning there is some groups. So these groups, nothing but like my labor, services, procurements, okay, maybe transportations, maybe any licensing, okay, these kind of any called views. So those views can be integrated into this groups itself only, and that can be transport or you can integrate with the third party. So
So I think this will answer to my question. So that means we can
yeah,
have a plan for multiple years. Okay, we can plan costs for multiple years, and so
yeah.
okay,
Multiple years also you can plan monthly basis, quarterly basis. With respect to hierarchy also you can do. This is called an hierarchy.
okay,
Like
okay,
labor is an one cost plan. Okay, services is another plan. Okay, transportation is another one. Licensing, these kind of a things is called a hierarchy. So according to
okay,
hierarchy also you can plan it.
okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Does
Similarly we
the
can do the sorry.
okay, yeah, does the dashboard have the capability to print reports, show flow charts, graphs, charts like that?
Yes,
Simple.
yes,
Okay.
yes. As you can see there, general settings. If you click on this, no, you'll get
Okay.
a bar charts and pie charts. Along with,
Okay.
you can also download or upload. Here, I'm trying to give you. So this is the standard functionality. Either you can download or upload the financial plannings under this dashboards.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay, you can also print it with respect to the signature. If you have any kind of any signatures, that also we can digitally signature, and that is also provision in this. So you can sign according that, and you can print it that.
And so somebody who has experience in SAP PS would have much advantage in learning ePPM, right? Than somebody starting fresh with ePPM.
Those who have at least some PS basic knowledge, okay. So that
Okay.
is a bit advantage because that is a project management tool.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So project management will give you an extra is like what the financial plannings you try to do, what is the schedulings you try to do, what is the resource planning you try to do. Okay, what is the period in process. So these type of an will be managed by the PS itself only.
Okay.
And before we take into the these projects or not, then the our portfolio management will help us based on our scoring models, based on the questionnaire, based on the risk assessments with respect to KPIs in the matrix, and it will give you an extra edge whether I wanted to proceed these projects or not, or whether I want to take these projects or not. If I want to take, what is my risk, what is my commercial aspects, all it will going to give you this stage before we wanted to proceed to the any operational projects or maybe any ongoing projects I have. There might be some issues going on. Maybe I required some extra budget on that, and maybe that budget we doesn't have into the our revenue budget. So in that particular financial year or maybe a couple of financial years, maybe I don't have that revenue budget. Okay, so I cannot run that project. So ultimately, I have to stop that project. So those kind of an visibilities will be provided by this SAP portfolio management.
Okay.
Okay,
And this
similarly, yeah,
PPM,
please.
I see the opportunities come in big companies like Deloitte, like Accenture. Those kind of companies are getting projects like this. Not all small clients are implementing ePPM, right?
Uh, Currently saying yes, but I'm not sure pretty for that. But majorly they are implementing.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure for completely a Deloitte or a E&Y or a kind of a
Uh,
big four companies only. There are small
maybe,
companies also those who are implementing.
yeah, see, the big companies, I'm just saying because they are not implementing for themselves. They have like some clients who are implementing and they need,
Ah, yeah, correct, correct.
so correct. That's where I see the opportunities come in ePPM. Research, it shows Deloitte, it shows Accenture, it shows E&Y. So basically, more than all companies implementing, there are some companies which all these big fishes are the clienteles, the top companies probably.
Yeah, I'm working for the one US based company that is not much big company, but we have implemented. That
I
is,
see.
yeah, that is with respect to the third party. That is a CPQ. Through CPQ also we can manage the projects that we have integrated with the PS along with this portfolio.
Oh,
Sorry to say, I cannot say the client names and all, but we have
yes, yes.
implemented. Yeah.
Okay.
So as per the business requirement, they can go. But as per my knowledge, every company is managing the portfolio. It might be a ePPM or maybe any other objects, any other tool, but they are managing.
So when you say any company that manages a portfolio, meaning multiple projects, right?
No, I'm trying to say for suppose like if I'm trying to go for the any new product launch or maybe
Uh-huh.
ongoing projects I have. First, I have
Okay.
to check the visibility, the
Oh,
ongoing projects along with the anything like capex or opex projects or maybe customer billable projects. Based on my uh, revenue budget, I have to
yeah.
decide whether this project I wanted to proceed further or not. So every tool they might have some advantage or disadvantages, but as per my knowledge, every small to small company they are managing a portfolio. It can be Excel also.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Every company will manage because it will give you that flexibilities whether I wanted to proceed this project or not.
Yeah.
So those kind of in visibility first I wanted to know, right? So those kind of it can be managed only the portfolio management. It can be anything like Oracle also we have portfolio management. So okay, Deloitte they have a different tool for the portfolio objects.
Okay.
So they are managing their portfolio with respect to their clients. That's the reason.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So similarly, you can do the capacity plannings either in the portfolio initiative levels or item level or a bucket level, and further this can be transported into the PS or a C projects, or through Workday also you can integrate it. Okay, or any third party also we can integrate it, so that the financial along with this capacity plannings can be managed at the same time, and according that the each and every decision points can be taken into the considerations, because these capacity plannings also play the vital role into the taking the decisions, because this is also linked with all your scoring models and your KPIs and the matrix. So according that the risk assessment can be managed. So each and every questionnaire you're going to ask whether the some extra resources is required, or I'm just trying to give you an example. For suppose like if I wanted to implement some projects, maybe some shortage of those resources, whether we can require extra resources or not. So all every kind of a things will be linked and they have a some score. If I say something yes, then they might have a some score. If I say no, then might have a some score. Might be, might not be required, them may have a some score. So according the scoring models, the stakeholders can make some decision whether I wanted to require these resources or not. So those kind of any plannings can be done under this portfolio management. Okay, with respect to there are some dashboards, it can be Gantt charts, sorry, not Gantt chart, it can be some pie charts. Based on the pie charts or anything like you implementing with any uh, just forgot that analytical tool. There is a new analytical tools was there. So in that also you can manage, or MS Microsoft also given us some tool. Through that tools also you can manage. So there is some graphical views will going to present you like bar chart, pie charts. So according that you can see those kind of reports and all in the real-time environment itself only. So as I said, like each and every financial plannings and the capacity plannings will going to link to the questionnaires and their assessments. Based on that, you will derive some scoring models for that. Okay, so this will be linked only for the your initiatives or items. So for suppose like if I wanted to give the something like if I am the floor manager, okay, and I wanted to implement some functionalities which can be give us some extra energies, or maybe some extra say like some motor kind of a things I wanted to implement. Okay, so for that each and everything I'll prepare it so that my stakeholders or higher level managements will going to give me the some questionnaires for that, and based on every question yes or no, I have some score for that. So this score will be integrated, and this can be linked with the your technical aspects. Okay, so based on the technical aspects, the stakeholder can take the some decisions along with the if there is any financial links on that. Okay, for suppose like I require some extra resources. So if I want to take the extra resources, okay, maybe some instead of a five, I may take required a seven or eight, so that my financial aspects is also come into the picture. So the financial also going to increase. So there will be the commercial aspects along with the technical aspects. So these kind of things further integrate with these questionnaires and the scoring models. So each and every questions you might have some different type of a score. So based on these scoring models, okay, you can decide whether you wanted to proceed further this action or not. So that is also part of our portfolio management. Okay, so
So
based on this,
the screen just you showed,
yeah,
that looks like some SPROING, right? So is that how we configure
yes,
these?
yes,
Okay, okay,
yes, yes. I'm just
got it.
giving trying to give you an example. That's the reason.
Sure. And so mostly all the configuration is in SPRO, right?
Yes, everything is sphere.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so based on that, you derive the some risk. Okay, depending on the your financials, depending on the your schedules, Okay, depending on the your commercial aspects, depending on the your technical aspects, whatever the risk assessment you try to do, system will give you some range on that along with the some light. It can be green, red, or orange. These kind of things will going to provide you. So as per the business requirement, you can derive those limits. What is your upper limit, what is the lower limit, and you can derive some icons for that. It can be schedule relevant, it can be financial relevance, plan versus actuals if there is any variance, budget relevance, okay, revenue relevance. So these kind of a risk assessment we try to do under this portfolio management. It can be drive into the any initiatives or maybe the item level. Okay, so this is a integration like which I'm trying to say. This is a portfolio item or any kind of an initiatives that will be linked directly to the your C projects or anything like a MS projects, or it can be Primavera. Okay, so initiatives can be linked only for the C projects. Okay, but item can be linked the C projects as well as the PS projects both. Initiatives directly we cannot link to the PS projects. For that we need to implement now the some sort of a node. Okay, that is I think a paid node. But apart from that, we can integrate for that. Under that initiative, you can create a one item. Under that item you can directly integrate with the your PS projects. Okay, apart from that, as we discussed, like you can integrate any third party. It can be Microsoft or it can be Primavera or a CPQ, this kind of an project management tools we have. So those tools will be integrated directly under this portfolio item with respect to the ECP connectors. Or if you have any any PI tools, from that also we can integrate. But mostly the SAP will recommend only you go with the ECP connectors. Okay, and this is a project system tools. Okay, this is also integrated, tightly integrated with the projects. Whatever the schedulings, whatever the cost plans, whatever the budgets, revenue, every plan can be transferred directly to the PS projects or the C projects, and this can be see into the dashboards. Further, whatever the changes you try to do into the PS projects, say like cost or maybe some sort of budget, that is also we can integrate further to the our portfolio management. Okay, with respect to the initiatives or items. Okay, and same thing can be visualized into the one dashboard itself only, and according that it will give you that marking like risk assessments. Along with you can do the some sort of reviews and all. So all will be managed under the one system itself only, and it can be managed into the only the your Fury apps. Only configuration will do into the background. Rest all like your master data creations and your business transactions, real time results, and all will be managed under the our Fury apps itself only. So this is a kind of an thing like you can check the portfolio IDs or a project's names. There is an app called PMO, Project Management Office. From that you can visualize. So like there is a dashboards. So as per the business requirement, you can give the authorizations. Only those authorized peoples will can check your projects or buckets or a portfolio, whatever the items you try to give them the authorization for that. So if you have any doubts, please ask us. Hello,
Uh,
am I audible?
yes.
I think Abdullah has
Yeah.
raised his hand. Abdullah.
Uh, yes. Hello. Can I?
Hello.
Yes. Can I, Alfred? Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Please
That
ask
means
us.
yes for PPM. So that means do we have a transaction code same like PS maybe transaction code that we can access
No,
easily,
PPM,
easy access?
PPM we doesn't have any T codes.
Oh, we don't have T direct. We don't have T code.
No, PPM we doesn't have any T codes. You have to manage with the Fury apps.
So that means access is only through Fury apps, right? Only.
Yes. Yeah, through Fury apps you can manage. Or if you have NWBC like Web Pro, that is also you can manage. But nowadays, Fury apps is a more familiar as compared to the Web9 Pros.
Okay, so that means from the easy access, I cannot create a new portfolio, let's say, or maybe a initiative or whatever. No,
No, no,
from easy
we
access.
can create as much portfolio, as much bucket structure you require. As I said, only configuration we try to do on the backend. Rest all the master data creations and our business transactions. Okay, everything will be managed under the Fury apps itself only. Fury app is that much of flexible. Like you create a master data and you can manage all your business transactions.
Okay, then. Okay, good enough. Thank you. So the next question is that in terms of training, so when we say
Yeah.
training means is a configuration and the utilization, right? The same time.
Yes, configurations along with the first we'll discuss with the theoretical part, okay, along with the some business scenarios. Then we'll go with the configurations. Then we'll create a master data. Then we'll execute the business transactions.
Okay, should we have a chance to connect with PS also during the training?
Yes, PS along with the C projects both,
Okay, then.
and the
Okay,
actual postings against the PS projects like any PRPOs or any JV postings or any timesheets postings. So these kind of things we'll do the real time configurations and we'll try to post it.
okay then. So and now of having the access, how long, if we are registered for the training, how long should we have the access to the server, to the SAP server?
Server aspects and all, I think it is 3 months as per my knowledge.
Yeah,
You'll
Alfred,
get
I'll do one thing. I'll WhatsApp you complete details in the WhatsApp. Okay, you can check it
Oh,
out. Okay, I'll be sharing. No.
okay then. Okay, okay then. Okay, okay,
Okay.
that's good for me.
Okay. And the timings would be weekends, morning, like the same hour.
yeah, morning. I think I can manage like 7 to 9 in between. Okay, or evening maybe in after 8 onwards, 8 or 8:30 onwards.
Okay. Only on weekends, right?
Not only weekends, we try to manage 3 days. Like
Oh,
alternate days, you can do the some sort of a practice. Okay, so including Saturday, Sundays. Sundays may be probably very less. We Saturday will manage along with any other 2 days as per all the requirements and their availability. We can manage for that. So I would prefer at least 3 days a week so that you will get a uh, like hands-on experience for that.
okay. I think only evenings would be good. I don't know about Abdullah, but
Okay.
mornings. See, I'm at CST, Central Time Zone, and I think Abdullah is at Montreal, right? Canada.
But no, I will not. But I'm all currently in Africa, so I will be back in Africa and next week, and then I will have Africa time zone, right?
So that you
You-
can decide and let us know. There is no issue for that. According then we can take a decisions like how we want
Okay,
to
that's so.
manage.
Through WhatsApp, maybe I will maybe send my proposal, and then we'll see if we can manage it.
Yeah, sure. Any
Okay.
other questions regarding the course or
So
any
For
doubts?
me, I'm good.
you have a syllabus PDF if you can send it to Naveen.
Yeah, Naveen is already
I
have.
already
Naveen will
shared
share
in
it.
the emails. Okay, let me resend you again. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay, the syllabus. Okay, okay. So in this module, I think we'll get to learn and refresh our project management concepts too, right? Because all integrated into this.
Yeah.
Okay.
In detail, we'll go with all the C projects and the PS projects, like how the basic configuration is required to do the some sort of any postings regarding your financials, the budgets and all. C
So,
projects completely, yeah,
last question, please.
yeah, please.
So, do you think that after the training we can be ready for the certifications?
I think so. You can do the certifications.
Okay.
Most of the
Just want
students
to.
they have done. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay then.
Okay. Any further questions?
No, thanks very much for me. It's good.
Thanks from my side. Yeah, that's it.
Thanks very much for your time.
Yeah.
Well
Thank
explained.
you so much.
Yeah, thanks for your time. Thank you. Have a
Yep.
great new year ahead. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. I wish you the same for the Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Same
Yeah.
to you. Same to you.
Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.